Um, but anyway, I've been involved with Om Prakash since 2008, and Om Prakash is a nonprofit organization that connects people who want to volunteer with volunteer opportunities all over the world. There's lots of companies and lots of organizations that do the same thing we do, but what separates us from them is we're trying to take money out of the equation. This is kind of built on the philosophy, or from the philosophy, that you shouldn't pay to give your time. And there is millions of dollars made on volunteers a year all over the world. So we have this great database and network that allows volunteers to connect directly with these people who need volunteers in these grassroots NGOs. We have over 150 partners in 30-something countries. So we provide this service for free, but we also make it clear that to our partners that they understand this same principle, that people shouldn't be paying. So most of our partners, there are some exceptions, but most of our partners don't require money for you to stay with them. So they'll host you for free, which is pretty cool. Some of them will even feed you while you're there, which is also pretty cool. So that leaves you with your airfare, right? Well, someone might be a great volunteer, but they still don't have $1,400 to fly to India or wherever. So we started this grant program to defray travel expenses, which I think is also really cool. Very one of a kind in that sense. So really you can have a volunteer experience completely free, whether it's 6 weeks, 6 months, or a year. So that's the big difference in Om Prakash and these other organizations that are out there. The other big difference is that through our through our network, we provide you the tools and resources to create your own volunteer experience. So where you want to go, when you want to go, how long you want to go for, what do you want to do? Do you want to work with environmental issues, health issues, education? Do you want to work with children? Do you want to do disaster relief? So we have this really great search engine, which I'll show you a little bit about. You just go to browse opportunities on volunteer. The reason I'm targeting this class is because this is a great resource for taking a semester off. I wouldn't say that if Jeremy was here, but or in between your undergrad and your grad, or during the summer, so you can apply some of the skills that you're learning while you're earning your degree. Or maybe you are thinking you want to go into a master's program for global development, but you're not sure. So you get to take the knowledge you acquired through your undergrad, go travel abroad for however long. Thank you. If this fails, we'll just forget about it. But and then see, kind of affirm, is this something that you're really interested into? A lot of people have used Om Prakash for those reasons, and it has proven really beneficial to either help them realize that, you know what, I do not want to work in developing nations, actually. I like warm showers, or whatever it may be. So anyway, as I was saying, we provide you with these tools to connect directly with these people, which is really cool. So essentially, you're designing your own volunteering experience and creating your own agenda. I think, has anyone ever volunteered abroad in here? Cool. Can you tell me where you volunteered? Either, both of you, I guess.
Well, I guess a volunteer experience. I actually paid them to volunteer, but I was an archaeologist in Israel 5 years ago in the summer. I got some school credit for it. Okay. But we were essentially volunteering our time.
Cool, cool. Nice. I do archaeology too. That's how I know this guy. And you? Cool. And did you pay for that, or was it a program? How'd you find it? I'm just curious. Cool. So did you have like a schedule that you were like, so they set you up and said, this is where you're going to stay, this is what you're going to do, this many days a week?
Yeah, I was like 14.
Oh, okay, so you're younger. Cool. Well, what are our options if we want to volunteer? We can go on and Google volunteer wherever you are interested in volunteering, right? And a lot of these, it's like, pay this much money. We talked about this in the beginning, but $3,000 or $2,000, and we'll put you here for 6 weeks, and you'll stay in this homestay. You'll have 3 meals a day. You'll work Monday through Friday, 5 hours a day, doing this specific thing with these children, right? Well, I guess your other option is Peace Corps, maybe. 2-year program, committed. You're fully committed. You give them 3 countries you're interested in. They try to get you to one of those. you may be doing something that allows you to apply your skill set. So maybe you want to go to teach children, but you end up building wells. This happens. Well, all of these things are what we're trying to change and about volunteering. So the idea is if we help you create your own volunteer experience, how much more likely are you to have a successful time, you know? Sorry. So anyway, I'll go back on the site if the computer stays on and show you a little bit about how this works. It's really easy to navigate. Again, go to Browse Opportunities. It's going to load up. Bear with me. We've got a few more minutes here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So is it only volunteering opportunities abroad?
Yeah, they're all international opportunities, mostly in developing nations. So I mean, there are other ways to get involved. Whether it's just some donors need a tax write-off, or just are feeling generous and browse our site and look for cool projects. So each partner can, and I'm going to walk you through this, can like talk about the projects they're doing. So some people might, you know, say, I really want to go like teach kids music. So maybe someone is saying, hey, I really want to start a music program, or we want to build a veggie oil truck to transport our construction goods. So anyway, I'll just show you, and this will kind of answer your question too of other ways to get involved with the network. So you can narrow this down in different ways: categories, region, skills needed. So say you want to work with children. I'll just pull this down so you can see the variety of things. So that will show all the organizations in the world that we're partnered with that need or offer these kind of skills from their volunteers to the people they're helping. So let's narrow it down to Latin America, because this is where I've worked mostly. So I'm familiar with these partners, just to give you a good example. And okay, so you can see as I go down here, we have tons of different countries that you can work in. I'm going to fly down here to this organization called PSU Sin Fronteras. I just think it's a good example. So I don't know if you guys remember, in 2007 there was an earthquake that devastated coastal Peru. Near the epicenter was this town, Pisco. I traveled around Peru. I got a grant from Umprakash in 2009. I built a school outside Cusco, the first benefit school in Cusco, Peru, that accepted students that weren't able to get into public school. I spent the other half of my time traveling around to find more partners for Umprakash, because say people wanted to volunteer, a lot of people want to volunteer based on geographic preference. So they go, I want to volunteer in Peru because I'm really into archaeological ruins and hiking. So then they start looking at, spiderweb from there. So I was like, well, if we can offer more partners, maybe people don't want to be in the Andes. Maybe they want to be in the jungle. Maybe they want to be in the desert. Maybe they don't want to work with children. Maybe they want to do disaster relief or construction or something with health. So I traveled around the country partnering with different organizations to expand the network. And this is a really cool one. I went to this town hoping to find something like this, knowing that the town was devastated by the earthquake, and I found Pisco Sin Fronteras. So just by browsing on this page, you get a nutshell on what the organization's about, but then you can go to View Profile. This organization has anywhere from 40 to 80 volunteers at a time. So that in itself could be an attractive attribute to someone who wants more of a social experience, hanging out with people from all over the world. So there's a video here that I totally encourage you to watch sometime that's not loading up and we don't have time to watch it. But so this is the partner page, right? It shows a profile. We can scroll down, see what they do, what they've done, what they're looking for with help. But if you go to volunteer info, this kind of tells what they're looking for in a volunteer. Some organizations are really specific. We need preferably a female with a master's degree to help us do psychoanalysis of the children, blah, blah, blah. But some are like, and many I would say, you don't need a bachelor's degree. You don't even need to be out of high school. We need people who are passionate, open-minded, and willing to come here and help in any way that we need. So I'm showing you how to kind of navigate this. So here you can see this organization is looking for specific roles in people. So you can look down. This shows the volunteer activity of people who have come to Umprakash and found out about this. So the other thing that we do is we help channel money. So say you're a small little grassroots NGO in some village in some rural place in developing nation. You maybe don't have the means to like market yourself to a group of volunteers in the United States. So we provide you with this web page where you can do that. Also a place, how do you get money from someone on the other side of the world if you're just, you know, Jose who has this little like 3-person run organization? Well, we transfer money, so you can see the funds that have been transferred through Om Prakash. These are people who come on here either looking to donate to a certain cause or they know they want to donate to Peace Corps, but we provide them a way to get that money to them. We don't take any money. We don't make any money. I've never made a dime. No one in Om Prakash has ever made a dime. We all do this because we love it and we believe in the same thing, and we want to stop people from paying to volunteer. So anyway, I'm all over because I'm trying to cram in so many things. But so we also transfer funds. Volunteer info I went over. Here's the last thing I'll wrap up with is so since we're not really a business in the sense that we don't provide you with this pre-packaged volunteer experience and we allow you to create your own, we're not as involved, right? We help you connect, but that's what we want to do, and then leave the rest up to you. So what's the trade-off? Well, someone would say, where's the security? You know, how do I know I'm going to be safe? Well, we can't guarantee that. We can't guarantee you're going to be safe walking down the sidewalk in Portland. But through this website and the way we're trying to set it up is for people to create these relationships independently on their own. So you can go to the stories page. You can see anyone who's ever volunteered through the Om Prakash Network at this organization who's shared blogs or videos or made a film documentary, so you can learn about the organization firsthand from past volunteers. But also, so you can read this story from someone, right? See their photos. You can click their page, get to their profile, and connect with them directly. So say you're traveling alone and you're worried, concerned about your safety in a certain country. We can't guarantee that, but we can at least provide you with the connection of past volunteers. So much to say in so little time, but is there any questions, and I'll get out of here, about Om Prakash or the network or how to utilize the network?
What's the website name? Where can access it?
Yeah, it's omprakash.org, and it's kind of weird spelling, not the easiest from a marketing standpoint, but yeah, I would encourage you to check it out. It's really one of a kind thing. Again, go around the world, utilize the skills that you're developing now, and do it for free and help people. It's kind of a win-win situation, and let them help you. So, thank you. I have cards with my email on it. I'm going to stick around and watch y'all's presentation. I appreciate you listening to me, and yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.